All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you all. Uh, First off, special word from our special thanks to our sponsors, the Fleece Agency. It's a fantastic branding and marketing company here locally and in California. Also, Brick Road Coffee is a fantastic coffee shop here in Tempe. Highly recommend both of those, and very great thanks for sponsoring this show. It helps us keep going here with your contributions. Now, tonight's show is called Are You a Healer? And I really like the title of that show. I'll go ahead and I was reluctant to say it. That was why I paused. But I'll go ahead and give away the group card for tonight, which is this Venetian Council, which is pretty fascinating uh, because right now in the sky, it actually peaks tomorrow, but there's a Venus Jupiter conjunction happening in the sign Aries. So that combined with the fact that there's a Mercury Saturn conjunction happening in the sign Aquarius makes right now a perfect time for creating new business endeavors, potentially fostering new relationships, even, um, and planning something fun. Really, because that thing that you plan that's going to be fun, I can promise it will very much be fun. So one thing that I always like to remind people as much as I possibly can, and I'll take this opportunity because it'll be helpful mentioning something fun. A lot of times people call things fun that are just basic maintenance. Um, Relaxation can happen on a lot of different levels, and it's necessary for us, especially as mammals, for our bodies to recuperate, to be in that state of rest and relaxation. And that can happen physically, mentally, emotionally. There's different kinds of rest. Um, uh, Exercise, even believe it or not, is a form of physical rest where the mind is not focused on whatever stress is happening. It's just counting to 10 or however many reps you're doing. So yeah, that's the gist of my 2 cents with the astral weather coming through. Just be sure to remain patient and joyful and especially kind in all of your dealings. And yeah, everything will just continue to go smoothly. Love you all, and thanks for joining. Turning it over to my dad, Christopher LaPrath.
Hey, thanks so much, Kenan. I appreciate you very, very much. I couldn't do the show without him, and I really couldn't do the show without all of you. So thank you very much. And I want to thank John and Lindsay. You contributed $100 each. Thank you very much for that contribution because it shows that you'll have a card with every show. It guarantees you have a card and a message. But it also helps our show to keep going. So maybe you don't have $100. $50 will get you a reading once a week, a card. $20 will get you one card for the show if you just want one card a month or one card every show. But thank you for that contribution, just because it's like an energy exchange. So you want to get the most benefit from the message, and that helps with the energy exchange, and it helps us continue to be able to do the show. So again, as Kenan already shouted out, thank you, the Fleece Agency, this amazing branding and marketing company, for sponsoring the show. Thank you, Brick Road Coffee. It means a lot. And then thank you for your private contributions as well, because it does allow this message to get through even further. So we start every show with lighting the incense. And we've got some really great incense because this incense, again, as I mentioned before on the show, comes from Bhutan, Tibet area, directly from the Rinpoche. It's been in many, many, many sacred ceremonies. So as I light this incense, I dedicate it to you, sending it out to you to help clear away any funkiness, okay? Anything that might be holding you back, and to help you move forward, especially as Kenan said, this very unique time in history with this Venus and Jupiter conjunction. And so it's all about healing. And the question for the Tonight Show is, are you a healer? I will answer that right up front. Yes, you are. You scratch yourself, within a few days, it's healed over. And so if you've been hurt emotionally or mentally or spiritually, it may take a few more days than just a slight cut, but we have that ability to heal. Along with that healing, or if you're wanting to heal or help others, it's important to remember to heal appropriately, because pain or dis-ease some people go through in order to get a lesson. So if your hip is hurting, if your foot is hurting, if your hand is hurting, your shoulder, whatever it is, what is that? What is beneath it? Because you can go to a healer, you could go to a chiropractor, you could go to a doctor and get it healed on an outer surface level, but unless you actually look at the cause of the dis-ease, it most likely will come back. When I was 22 years old, I was diagnosed with leukemia. Now, 6 months prior to that, I had fallen in love. Like, I was completely Twitter-pated, like from the movie Bambi. I was in love, and the relationship just crashed and burned. And 6 months later, I was diagnosed with leukemia. Well, now there have been many books, many thoughts, many masters that have come through, like Louise Hay, Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. The name of her book is You Can Heal Your Life. And it's important to do the research to start looking at, okay, what is the cause of this dis-ease? What is the bottom? What is the cause of this? And heal it from the microcosm, so then the macrocosm, the body, the aura, is affected by it. But to go in and automatically just heal someone else who needs to get a lesson might not be appropriate. Sometimes they need to get their lesson or get the understanding in order to grow, in order to move on. Now, you can absolutely help them with the pain, but it's this open discussion with them. Are they even open to looking at the cause of the pain? Because sometimes people will absolutely want to go through the pain and not look at the cause, especially if it's ridden by fear or guilt or any of those so-called negative emotions. But can we use that to help them heal? Yes, you absolutely can. So, sending you lots of healing, lots of reminders that love is the greatest healer. And so that pulls up our card for tonight. And the group card is Venusian Galactic Council. I spend a lot of time with clients and with you. I see spirits around you. And a lot of people, most people, don't have any problem with understanding that there are spirits. The electromagnetic spectrum contains infrared, far infrared, violet, ultraviolet, rays, microwaves, all of these waves, and we only see 1/10 of 1% on this electromagnetic spectrum. So people have no problem understanding that there are ghosts, there are spirits. Many of you have had experiences with ghosts and spirits. Is it then so far-fetched to believe that there are other means of consciousness that manifest through aliens? Not so much, at least not so much with me. This Venetian Galactic Council talks about star being guides or guides from the stars. And that's what this is talking about. It's about answering the call. And it's time for you to shine. Are you willing to be free of avoiding the call? Or are you having trouble finding your cell phone? And you have somebody call your cell phone so you can find your cell phone? Tell your guides, tell these star beings, tell your ancestors, tell these spirit guides around you to ring your phone so you can pick it up, so you can answer the call. All right? That's what this card is all about. And it's so appropriate because I had no idea when this card fell out that this was the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. But Kenan told me it's one of the most powerful times. It's extremely rare, this Venetian-Jupiter conjunction. And you can actually Google it yourself after the show to see what it means for you. But this is about you answering the call. That you're being asked to step up. And you don't get to the top of the flight of the stairs in one leap. You take one step up, you take one step up, you take one step up. And so it's a gradual process. And I know some of you might be a little less patient. But are you willing to be a little more patient with yourself and look at these steps that you're taking and that you're becoming and what is happening? You're part of this and you're being guided by these star beings as well as your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels. Absolutely. Okay? This is your potential to inspire, support, and heal you, then your corner of the world, and then your half of the world, and then your whole of the world. And that's what I love about this show. That's what I love about you being on here, is that we're all part of this incredible healing that's going on. Okay? And this is about receiving divine downloads. Carry a book, write the notes, write the downloads down, record it on your phone. You have a recorder on your phone. When you get downloads, when you get ideas, write them down. Keep a notebook by your bed. You're getting downloads, especially now. That's what this Venetian Galactic Council is all about. You may even, depending on what your abilities are, may be able to see flashes of light. You can actually potentially see these beings or ask them if give them permission to be seen by you, and just be prepared to have them not scare you. Okay? They don't want to scare you. That's the whole point. This isn't about making dramatic overnight changes in your life. This is about giving yourself kudos for the progress you're making, because you are making it. All right. Thank you for being here. Who's on first?
Awesome. John's first tonight.
John's on first tonight. Okay. Thanks, John. This is the Father of Wands, intelligence. Are you willing to admit that you're smarter than the average bear, John? Like Yogi, right? Yogi and Boo Boo. Yogi was smarter than the average bear. It's okay to be smarter than the average bear and to step up into it and to understand that people may not have your intelligence. Are we all willing to be free of assuming that people get it or that people see what we see? Because if we assume that people see what we see or understand what we understand, and then when they don't, it can throw us off and make us doubt ourselves. Are we willing to let go of that doubt in every way, shape, and form? So, John, this is about joining Mensa. And it's not to go join a group and pat each other on the back and go, man, you're smart. No, you're smart. No. This is about joining a group that then pushes you up, pushes you forward, and releasing all fear of being wrong or being shown that you're wrong or bad or whatever. Because that's how we all learn, right? So this is a are you willing to be free? Are you willing to be lonely at times rather than go sit with a lower intelligence? I don't know what that means, but we'll talk. Okay, who's next?
Lady Laura.
Hey, Lady Laurel. Hey, I'm so glad you had such a fantastic show. The Texas Cook-Off. That looked, those pictures you posted on Facebook looked amazing. I'm so proud of you. That is just so amazing. So Laurel, if you have your camera, take a picture of this card, would you? And this is a great reminder for all of you, when I pull your card for you, to take a picture of it, okay? This is called the Three of Stones, which is work. These stones are in the desert, and a lot of times our work can seem mundane, desert-like, not rewarding, and we're just kind of trotting through the sand. But these gems are in the sand. Trust that you're there for a reason. Trust that you're there to find the gems. And these are invaluable. They're extremely rare, extremely expensive gems, bits of knowledge, bits of experience. And it allows you to polish the gem that you are. Okay? This allows you to polish the gem that you are. Absolutely gifted. Holy crap. I mean, holy gosh, that was amazing. I don't know if you felt that, Laurel, but that went out to every one of you. To understand that each of you is off the charts gifted. And to stop defining yourself by being in a desert, or what you're doing as being in a desert. You're there to observe the sand move and the gems be revealed. Good one. Thank you, Laurel. Wow. Okay, Lindsay. Lindsay, thank you again for that contribution. That means a tremendous amount. So, are you willing in any way, shape, and form to let go of battling yourself with your thoughts? And to look at winning the war rather than focus on losing a so-called battle or beating up on yourself because you didn't meet your expectations. So are we all willing to let go of expectations of ourselves? Those are distractors from moving on the path. Those expectations of yourself are not real. They are absolutely not real. Go buy some orchids, Lindsay. You can buy them now at any store and look up the meaning of orchids, okay? The metaphysical, spiritual meaning of orchids for you. They will inspire you. They will actually talk to you. I know that sounds really strange. But no, the whole point of flowers is they don't live long. That's part of the lesson. But when they are living, they live gloriously. Okay? And when you compare our lifespan to flowers compared to eternity, you know what? We don't live long either when you really compare that. But it's what we do here. It's how we bloom. And so it's blooming where you are planted. Are you willing to bloom no matter where you're at? You know, Abby, Maryland, East Coast, Laurel, Lanap in Idaho, Utah, wherever you are at, bloom where you are planted. There are gems that are beginning this week, especially, that you're going to find. And I want to hear about your ahas, about these gems that you're finding. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. So this is, the color is so important for you, Lindsay. There are these like purple orchids that will help stimulate this third eye, which is the deep seeing, the deeper seeing for you. So wherever you're at, I would highly recommend getting orchids. Okay.
This is Old Dog, actually.
Okay, Old Dog. Hey, Dan. We are going to catch up one of these days, I promise. Anywhere, Dan, where you have been made wrong or bad about your passions, are you willing to let go of that now? Anywhere where you have made yourself wrong or bad about your passions, are you willing to let go of that now? You are a true heart. This is your passion really emerging like it never has before. And are you willing to let go of apologizing for who you are or how you do things or or the need to apologize for a strong personality, or it's absolutely okay to apologize. I'm not saying that. But this is lighting a candle. This is lighting an incense and really focusing on your passion. Universe, angels, guides, Venusians, show me my passion now and get on it with me. Just let's do it.
Todd's on.
Huh?
Todd is on.
Todd, hey.
Story.
Okay. Todd, are you willing to let go of making peace, of the need to make peace? Are you willing to let go of the need to make peace? To make things right for your kids, to try to make things right for anything and everyone or anyone else. They call it delirium tremens when people are withdrawing from alcohol. They sometimes thrash. They'll actually have convulsions. And someone told me this years ago, the best thing you can do for people like that is just remove the furniture so they don't hurt themselves, but be free of trying to hold them down. Let them thrash. There are people that need to thrash. It's part of maybe their soul learning that you absolutely have to completely let go and allow some people to hit rock bottom and be free of enabling in any way, shape, or form. Are you willing to let go of any enabling anything or anyone? Family, friends, relations, enabling anyone in any way, shape, or form. And allow them to fully get their lesson. Sometimes that's really, really challenging to do. Really is challenging. But trust that they're in the best place they possibly can be. Because sometimes people have to fail several times in order to actually get the lesson. And pushing through and resetting and trying again and trying again and doing it again and doing it again builds a certain responsibility and character in that person. You have been there. You have done this. You know what I'm talking about. Where for 28 years you were in hell. And then one day it clicked in. So was that 28 years a waste? No. It was a process. It was a learning. So honor other people's process. And this will help you to really come back to Todd, focus on what Todd wants and how Todd's life wants to be. And then actually that Venusian council comes in, boom, it happens for you. Boom, it happens again. Boom. And from your example, people pick up and learn from that. So you know, Todd, I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to everybody on the show about this very subject. Okay.
Next is Abby and Marilyn.
Abby and Marilyn. So Abby, so Abby, put your tongue out, and then grab it. Hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. It's okay to be silent. Are you willing to let go? And I'm talking to everybody on the show. Are you willing to let go of the need to fill the silences, to be the one to break the silence, or to be the one to break a certain person's train of thought. Maybe they need to have that certain train of thought. This is very much similar to maybe Todd's card, but this is where allow your presence, allow that communication rather than through words, because words is how we are all used to communicating. Allow that communication to come from your presence. Bring that in. And Dan, I'm kind of talking to you too. I'm actually talking to all of you. Okay? Bring that presence in and communicate through your energy field rather than the tongue. I mentioned this before. When people are upset, look at them and to yourself say, I'm only going to talk to the real Sally. I'm not talking to the behaviors of the Sally. I'm not talking to the belief systems of the Sally. I'm not talking to the whatever's on this Sally. I'm only going to talk to the real Sally. And with that, you can instantly help calm people down. Okay. Marilyn. Life. Sun. This is bringing in the light. Marilyn, close your eyes. Picture it. This light coming into you and then spreading, going out. See this life. And I actually don't want anybody to do it, but if you choose to do it, highly recommend it. Do the same thing as I'm talking to Marilyn about this. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the show about these downloads, whether it's from the Venusian Council, whether it's from your higher self, whether it's from Source, however you want to term it, from your ancestors, from your guides. Know that it's coming through just like the sun is coming up tomorrow. As sure as the sun is coming up tomorrow. This is what you're married to, Marilyn. This is like a gold band with a diamond in it. This is what you came here to do. And are you willing to let go of any way, shape, or form of saying, who, me? Who, little old me? Yeah, you. Okay? Everyone on the show. Yeah, you. Yeah. Everyone. It's you. It's you. Huh? Austin? Okay. Austin, go out and get some new dishes. I don't know, Austin, there's somehow, you work in a field of metaphors. Metaphors mean a lot to you. So there was this couple. They got together. They moved in with each other, and the girl says, you need to get rid of your old dishes. We're gonna use my dishes. And he goes, why? She said, well, because those dishes you entertained other girls with them. And he's like, what about your dishes? The point is be free of looking at your failures. Oh, or stop hanging around people that are pointing out your failures. That's it. So those dishes, those new dishes, are a metaphor about getting rid of the old dishes. Like you look at this cup, or you look at this card, and it's failure. It's the cups breaking and falling away. It's those, not even looking at the failures. Those cups at that time served a purpose, and you drank from them. You learned from them. This is a time to get new dishes, but even going out and getting new dishes can be very metaphorical for you, because the smallest things have meaning, and you pay attention to meaning. Like you pay attention to signs, and you're going to be paying way more attention to signs, because universe, Venetians, soul, higher self, angels are going to be showing you more signs. Okay, good.
Tony and Tim are actually next.
Okay, Tony and Tim. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Tony, the power of three. You want to? I know you know some about this, but you can Google it. The power of three. This is overflowing. So I had this dream, and I'll share. I hope you don't mind me sharing this dream, Tony. But the other night I had this dream of Tim and Tony and I and Tom Selleck. I still haven't figured out the Tom Selleck part, but the four of us were in San Antonio, and we were having this amazing, amazing time. And so let me explain in my subconscious why it came up, why San Antonio is so important to me. We had come back from this missionary. We were missionaries in China for years. My wife was pregnant with Kenan, my son, and we had no money. We had nothing. We had no car. We had no job. And a friend of a friend told us to come to San Antonio. They would give us a job. So we get off the plane. They pick us up. A week later, Tony, we had a car, a house full of furniture, an apartment. I had a job. And it just all came together, and it was beyond my imagination or expectation. So in any way, shape, or form, are you willing to let go of any and all expectations on yourself, on your business, on other people? And that San Antonio happened for you and Tim. This magic, this amazing guidance and serendipity just overflowing. That's what this card is about. This overflowing serendipity. Because what it is you want isn't actually what you think you want. But if you focus on what you think you want, you can miss what it is you actually want, and what you're actually getting, and what you're actually going to get, and what's coming into you. This is so great. So I want this message to go out to every one of you on the show, to understand that it's beyond what we think it is. Okay. Okay, Tim, here we go. Okay, so the Five of Wands came up earlier. That's why I had to look at the cards. The Five of Wands, no, the Five of Swords came up. This is the Five of Wands, Tim. And Wands is about your work. Okay. Are you willing to let go of the need to clean up messes? It's why they have those Roombas. Roombas can clean up the mess. And are you willing to use your work to focus on what it is that you are good at and what your strengths are, rather than what is wrong or off or something you missed? Allow it. There's a learning to this. Look at your strengths rather than your weaknesses. And within 2 days, 2 weeks, this whole image of yourself will completely turn around, even stronger and greater, because you are one of my favorite people on the planet. And Kenan too. My son says this all the time. The dark powers that be want you to look at what is wrong with you. And I'm saying this to everybody. That is not you. It is not you. Do you see a 4-year-old child going, "Oh my God, I'm so bad, I broke a cup"? No, they just break a cup and move on. They're learning motor skills. And nobody faults them for learning these motor skills. Everyone, we're all maneuvering through this life the best that we can, because there are so many new things to learn and to be and to do. Hey, give yourself some slack, okay? Give others some slack and some space, and notice and just know and hope that they're learning. But if they don't get it now, oh well, they'll get it later. They may get it next year. They may get it 5 lifetimes from now. Give yourself some kudos, Tim. I'm giving you some kudos right now. Okay, who's next?
Thanks. It's Gio and Kat.
Hey, Gio. Hey, Kat. I'm so glad you're going to be here in the middle of March. We'll actually get to do lunch. So I have a question. God invites you to dinner. You get this invitation. And you're like, what? Yeah. And then are you going to be worried about, you know what? What am I going to wear? Should I buy a new car? I should probably rent a limousine. I want to show up. I want to really I want to look good. I want to, I'll take some advanced English courses so I'm understood. No. This is an invitation from all of us. This is the invitation from God, Jared. Or you want to term it God, you want to term it higher self, you want to, however you term it, Buddha, the Buddha consciousness. This is an invitation to step up into our power. Step up into the power Forget about what you're going to wear, how you're going to arrive, what you're going to drive, what you're going to eat. Just show up. Just be there. Just be there in your power. Who you are is good enough, Jared. Are you willing to let go of the free of the need to prove to anything or anyone who you are or what your relationship with the divine or with source is? Okay, Kat, here we go. Oh my God, how's it all going to work out? Oh, I don't know how it's going to work out. How am I going to do this? If you've watched any high profile, Kat, any high profile legal case, like, oh my God, what's the jury going to decide? Where are they going to, you know what? You decide what is best for you without the, because when you decide what is good for you, you teach your children to know or decide when they grow older what is good for them. I know you understand that. So in our society, we have these stories, women bring home the bacon, cook it up in the pan, and serve it to your man. Those are all constructs. And what's happening is those constructs for you are all falling away. This is bringing you much more into more balance with who Kat is and being okay with who Kat is, free of the need to do everything. And is it okay, Kat, for you to get what you want? Is it okay for all of us to get what we want? Yeah. Okay.
Excellent. So next it's Teresa and Mason, and then
Teresa?
yeah.
Oh, Teresa and Mason.
Yeah.
Teresa, thank you for being here. Awesome. And Mason. Okay, awesome. Okay, Teresa. Okay, Teresa. Mixed emotions. So, what if you accidentally mix olive juice with anchovy juice? And you take a sip of it, and you go, "Oh my God! That was such a waste of, olive oil and juice and anchovy juice. I don't want to throw it away. Yeah, throw it away." This is the card with mixed emotions. If it's not you, if it doesn't suit you, throw it out. Okay? It's not a waste, it's a simple learning. Because if you drunk that, it would have made you sick anyway. So this is people moving out of your field that no longer serve you to your best and highest. And notice when you're picking up on negative emotions, where's that coming from? It's not you. Teresa, you are a light. You are a delight. People love you. Focus on that, okay? Anything else, it ain't you. You come home from a day at the store and you wash your hands or you take a shower. You wash it off because any bacteria, any virus on you is gone. It's washed away. People's energy you're very sensitive to other people's energy fields. Understand, do the same thing. And you may have to literally, like I was talking with about Austin, right? Austin's very metaphorical. So Austin may come across an energy field and can feel it and then go home and take a shower. And the shower is metaphorical of washing off all that energy that no longer serves them. So, however you want to do it, however you perceive it, golden light, cleaning off the energy that's not you, do that. Okay. Okay, Mason, here we go. So, meditation, and Dan and I've talked about this, where Dan's a big guy. He's 6'4", right? He can't cross his legs and sit on a cushion in the corner of a temple and hold his fingers together and meditate. No, he doesn't. He's a big guy, but he meditates on the golf course. So, Mason, it might be getting Legos or sometimes it's like working with your hands. Clay is really good. Play-Doh, silly putty, working with your hands. That's like a meditation for you that helps keep it. What was you were saying this yesterday about, or tonight, about the mind, right? Kenan was telling me about the mind and getting out of the mind. And so whatever that is for you, you don't have to sit in a corner and be quiet. You can actually just use your hands, whether it's Legos or clay or painting, finger painting, that type of thing. It'd be really good for you. Okay. All right. Who's next?
Yeah, so next is Lana Elkley.
Hey, Lanny, Elk Lady. Oh, I'm so glad. Everybody send Lana some more great healing energy. She fell about a month, 2 months ago. So everybody send Lana some great energy. She's up in northern Idaho. So there's something with the color lavender or purple that's very symbolic of the third eye. So this is when these gifts start downloading, when they start, as they grow, as these spiritual gifts begin to grow in each of us, because the way we're trained, we want to try to be logical about it, or we want to kind of hold back from trying to explain it to other people. And sometimes we need to do that because other people aren't necessarily going to get it. But this is kind of like going back to John about finding a group, which you found us, okay? And there's going to be probably another seminar that we went to back in December. They're going to be doing one maybe in April. So we'll have, definitely come down for that. But this is about your your third eye, your intuition growing. So if you seeing, trust your seeing with this third eye. You can't necessarily categorize it, or you can't necessarily confirm it or validate it. Trust it. Okay, just trust it. It's going to be growing, Lana. Big time for you. And it's actually going to happen with all of us on the show. So thank you for pulling this card. This isn't about, so what this card is about, it's called the Illusions of Success. It's actual success, and not trying to define the illusions or try to figure out. So we go to a David Blaine or a magic magician guy, and we want to try to figure out how he's doing the trick. This is no trick. This is actual. It is real. These are abilities that are coming to the human consciousness and meant to evolve the consciousness of mankind. I get excited. I apologize if I start talking really fast and loud, but it is so true. And you're a part of that. Step into it, Lana. You're not crazy. Okay. None of us are crazy, okay? All right. All right, who's next?
So last tonight is Doreen.
Doreen.
Yeah,
Okay, wonderful.
you made it. Yeah.
You made it. And then there was somebody new on tonight, right? Or was that it? We got everybody?
That's
Okay.
what it is, yeah.
All right, Doreen. So, Doreen, when I lived in China, we shared a missionary home. There were 7 of us that lived in this missionary home. And so each of us would have a turn as a cook day. So each of us had to cook one, Sunday through Saturday. I was Wednesday. So there weren't stores like Target there weren't stores like that, like Fry's. They were all open markets. So in the morning, well, the night before, we had to go to the open market and buy everything fresh, everything. And then we'd always cook rice. So we had this rice cooker, and I didn't really learn how to use the rice cooker, but I ended up always burning the bottom of the rice. Well, when all of the fellow missionaries would come to the table and eat, they would fight over the burned rice. They wanted to eat that. I can't explain it, but it's like popcorn, but kind of burned, but it has this texture and flavor and crunchiness that they would fight over. So, Doreen, and I was like, no, the rice is burned. I had to change my perception. And so then I began to, every meal I prepared, I would burn the rice. But I understand it was just the bottom that would be burned. And I got to be really good at burning the rice. Oh yeah, you're a Chinese girl. You're funny. That is so funny. Okay. So my point of telling you this story is how, universe, show me how to improve and increase my perception of myself, my perception of what I do. And universe, show me the benefit of burned rice. Tony was talking about your podcast. And Tony, I want to, if you're still on, or Doreen, can you tell me where your podcast is or how people can find it? Doreen is a professional chef. She won, or Doreen, you have to fill me in on the details, but she won a very famous contest or was up in the top, one of the very popular cooking shows of the nation. Doreen is an amazing, amazing chef. Anyway, so her and Tony from the Fleece Agency have a talking cooking show. So Doreen, if you could, you say we will be on Apple, Spotify, Google, and Amazon. Okay, so as soon as the shows go, let us know. It's a podcast, and with Tony and Doreen, you cannot go wrong on this podcast. It's going to be a blast. So, it's the next Food Network store. The next Food Network.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, so we've just been getting the interviews. She'll let us all know. Okay, good. All right. So, this is fun. This is really fun, Doreen. Do we have everybody tonight?
That's everything.
All right. So, happy Venus, Jupiter conjunction. Go do something fun. This is success. This is the success time, as Kenan said, for your business, for your relationships. Go do it. And I'll just close with this thought. You are being asked to step up. You're being asked to create the changes that you want to see in your world by making those changes in yourself, not dramatically, not all at once, but look at every step that you take as a victory. And I love you all dearly. We'll see you again Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have a great night.